All right, so we've talked a lot about jobs, technology. Here we are near record low unemployment. We do have record low unemployment for all minority groups. And I've always been one that to believe that technology brings about opportunity. You always hear these doomsday forecasts, all these experts out there. Oh my gosh, 50% of all jobs are going to be gone in 15 years. Well, wasn't that going to be the case when the internet became a thing? Consumer internet hits, and oh my gosh, nobody's ever going to buy anything in the store again. All the jobs are going to go away. Well, we have more jobs than ever before, and yeah, it has an impact. Anyway, here to talk more about this, somebody who knows a thing or two about education. We go from Miami-Dade School Superintendent Alberto Carvalho in the previous segment to a coder from iCodeschool.com, Abid Abedi, and this is an interesting topic, and also on back of what Amazon has recently announced. So Amazon has allocated $700 million to retrain about 100,000 of its employees over the next, 6 years or so that they do remain relevant in the workforce. So on the topic of technology taking jobs, do you believe that there will always be new jobs that are created by technology if people learn?
Hey, Brian, thanks for having me. It's funny that you said that. According to a study by Bain in 2018, they estimate that about 20 to 25% of the jobs in the U.S. will be eliminated by 2030. But I think what they're talking about, Brian, I think is not really whether there'll be an overall increase or decrease. I think the type of job that we're creating are going to be different. That requires a different skill set. I think that's where I think the key is, and that's where the Amazon comes in. I think very relevant. And it's just not Amazon. I know Amazon made a big splash yesterday with that announcement, but Accenture has been training their employees for the last 4 years. AT&T has set up their own university that teaches kids that actually launched the first online course in Masters in Computer Science. So I think employers have recognized that, there's a different skill set that's needed, and I think they're doing the right thing.
It's interesting. Even in this industry, in broadcasts, taking a look at some of the trends. And there was a time when we ended up seeing jobs kind of fall off, in years gone by. But we've actually seen a little bit of a resurgence. And where it's coming, the digital end, like our company, iHeart Radio. Absolutely. The iHeart digital component is actually adding jobs back into the mix. And isn't that really the key, not to get bogged down in whether or not things are going to be exactly the same that you're doing today, but just to be willing to learn and go with wherever your industry is taking you?
And that's absolutely true. I mean, just advertisement, right? We used to put, ads in newspapers and so on and so forth. It's not all digital. It's all Google. It's Facebook. It is Twitter. It's Instagram. So it's just that the skill set and where the jobs are significantly changing. And that's, I think, where the key is. So the employees need to focus on, what are the new skills? And it's not about, what you learn in school is going to stay with you the rest of your life. I think those days are gone. I think it's retraining and retraining and retraining throughout your career, because technology is changing at such a rapid pace that you can't sit on your laurels.
I was going to ask you about that. So you're involved in coding. Coding today is vastly different than when I learned a little bit of it with DOS. So, how fast does even coding evolve these days?
Pretty significantly. Very significantly. I mean, as I said before, you just sit there and write codes. I mean, developing one system, and I've been in the tech for 25 years. Take years and hundreds of programmers to do it. Now with click and drop and all the APIs open and all the different things available, I mean, coming up with an app or an application doesn't take nearly as long as it used to take a few years back. So I think it's rapidly changing.
How long does it take for someone who's new to coding, if they're going to have the aptitude for it, to begin to become somewhat proficient?
I think you said the right word, the aptitude. I think that's important. And then I think a willingness and an attitude, because to me, learning is about an attitude. I think everybody can learn, but if they have the right attitude and right approach and the right organization teaching them. So I would say somebody with those prerequisites, I think 6 months to a year to sort of get into the field.
Okay. That's not as bad as some people might think either. Well, it's interesting. iCodeschool.com is the website, and appreciate it. We'll check in with you again in the not-so-distant. Abid Abedi from iCode School. And
thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you. Yeah.